Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and in today's video I'm going to be doing a tutorial on the F-18 Hornet startup, weapon systems and landing all in one video because there's really no need doing two parts for this. So let's get right into it. So you're going to want to remove your body and the joystick so you can see all the controls, etc. So let's get right on with it. So first thing you want to do is you're going to right mouse click the battery switch on with right mouse button. Next, you're going to put the cockpit down. Once you've done that, you're going to want to turn the APU control switch onto on using right mouse button again, and then you're going to wait for this little thing to turn green, which is ready. That light there, and you might be wondering why I've got a British camo on for the F-18. Well, it's fictional, but I just thought it'd spice things up a bit. Next, you're going to right mouse button the engine crank switch, and then you're going to want to watch this go up to 20 to 25. I wait for 25 just to be safe, and then you're going to want to uncrank the right throttle, which for me I have set as E, but the default is different. There we go. You should do that, and now we're going to wait for it to go up to 60. When it reaches 60, we're going to 360 the bleed air knob, 1, 2, 3, 4, using right mouse button.
Flight controls.
And now we're going to do the same engine crank but with the left throttle, so that's left mouse button. And we're going to watch that rise to 25, 20 or 25, I said I keep it to 25 just to make sure everything's all safe, so I know I've done it right. So now it's 20, 25. Uncrank the left throttle, which I've set as W, but it's different for you. And then we wait for that to go up to 60, and then we will turn on the INS and the radar. So when it gets to 60, so now it's at 60, we're going to go this to ground. Eventually we'll attempt to nav, but not right now, didn't attempt to nav right now. Then radar to operational. Then we will do the screens today, which is 2 right mouse button clicks, 1, 2. Same with the other side, 1, 2. And then you want to switch the HUD symbology brightness knob on. There we go. And then this one also to on. They should be both be pointing down. Next, we are going to turn on the oxygen flow switch to on. Next, we are going to look at the screens themselves. So, for this one, you're going to want to click this until it's down here, and then press the left MDI PB2, just the second button up, and it should come up with this, which will tell you about the flaps and all the other stuff. Then over here, you're going to want to flick this till this part is down, and then press the first one. This should bring up your trim, which is right here, your G limiter, which is right here, and also all the symbols and stuff when it's working. Right now we've got a lot of crosses and stuff, which we don't want, so we're going to press and hold the reset button, just like that. And now they are all gone and everything is good. Then we're going to want to do the trim, very similar thing, and there we go. Trim we want to be 12, which is exactly what we want. Next we're going to want to turn the flaps up, so it's 2 right clicks to auto. Next we're going to have this to standby, the ECM, and the dispenser to on, or bypass, or whatever you want. And then we are going to turn the ALR power button on, which should bring this up. Now we're going to want to arm the ejection seat and scroll down this little cage up here. And there you go. That is how you start up an F-18 Hornet. It's quite simple, really, in terms of planes and stuff. We're going to want to turn the parking brake. We're going to want to left click the parking brake, so we are now so it's now not on. Bring our person back and the joystick. I did forget one thing, so just so you can see, we're going to want to turn the INS switch to nav, and now we're completely ready. I'm going to turn it to the air to ground so it doesn't make a stupid noise, but then I'm going to turn this off. The reason I did that is, so press 2 and then turn this off right here so it brings up the more important stuff, but the thing that you want here is this and this. This is your radar and this is your weapons right here. So now that we've started up the F-18, we can now taxi to the runway. So we want to give it a tiny bit of power so that it can roll slowly for the runway. I have set up targets on this other island over here. I've set up crowd just, you know, for show, and then we've got a few targets here. Some are air to air, and then we've got a TV tower which is huge, just for a little bit of fun. We're going to want to make sure to actually keep our eye on when we're taxiing. I was just showing you what our target's going to be. I don't think we're going to be using the AIM-9s today, purely because we don't actually have any air targets to hit, but I will demonstrate them. I'll also demonstrate how the AIM-120s work, but obviously I don't have any of those on right now. But I'll talk about the weapons when they're up in the air. So that's just taxi. We want to keep a steady speed. I recommend anywhere from around 5 knots to about 20 knots is probably the max if you're in a hurry. I'm going to keep it around 9, 10, 11, around that speed. You don't want to go too fast, but not too slow either. So now we are on the runway. We're going to go follow the yellow line here, then turn throttle off all the way down, and now we can just roll to the point that we want to be at. And when we're at the point where we want to be at, we're going to hold the brake so we can stop on the runway. We're completely stopped. Here we are. Now hold the brake, go up throttle a tiny bit, halfway, and then afterburner. Then let go of the brake, and there we go. I like this view here, it's on the wing. It's called the look back view. And we're going to want to take off now, make sure not to touch the grass, and we're in the air. So now gear up, the gear is now going up. There we go. And now we're going to head to our location. Now you have started an F-18 Hornet and now took off in an F-18 Hornet. The thing I love about DCS is that if you can turn off an F-18 Hornet in the game, you can most likely do it in real life. Obviously there's a lot more training that goes into it in real life. When it comes to switches and stuff, you've got it all down. You're not going to want to waste the afterburner here. You're going to want to go too fast. You're not going to go mock there because it'll be hard to slow down when we actually reach it, seeing as the island is quite small, and you know, we're going to go for quite a small target. So now we are on track to the target. I'm going to teach you about the weapon system, so we're going to keep our eye on this panel over here. So A is air to air, and AG is air to ground. This is the arm switch. This is what allows us to drop bombs, fire missiles, and shoot our gun. Seeing as we have no air targets, I can actually demonstrate the AIM-9s. So right here we have the AIM-9s on the wings. You're going to want to press weapon release, which is the side. Weapon release when you block into a target, and it should fire. Obviously I have no target to lock onto, so we can't really, you know, shoot anything. With radar, you don't have to, with radar it should lock on and then hit the target. With the AIM-120s, it will use radar, so you can shoot it from a very far distance and it should track the target that you're shooting at. But today we are actually using these bombs. We have 4 of them. Not huge ones, I think they're about £250, and in the daylight they won't look too impressive. So here we have right here. I'll just show you how to arm them. So you're going to press AG, air to ground, and then we're going to press this button right here, and it will make it so you have, you know, actually picked the bomb bombs, and then you can drop them. Obviously make sure to have this to arm so you can actually drop them. We'll have this is ready when it's ready, and this like that when it isn't. Let's keep it as safe right now as we are approaching. Here we are. Let's level our nose out a bit. So there around the front a bit more. Now let's turn it to arm so we're ready. Another thing that I mentioned is that you can turn on the mirrors if you want to look behind you, on your wings, etc. Not important, but just a nice little feature. So you can see our load today. We have 4 250-pound bombs, 2 A9s, and 2 fuel tanks in the non-fiction, in the fictional RAF F-18 camouflage. I wish it was real, but it isn't. As you can see here, we maintain a very stable speed of around 510 knots, which is transonic, I would say. So down there is where our target is. Let me see if I can see it. There is the TV tower. So now I'm going to slow the throttle down, pull up and roll. This is my attack line here. You don't have to do this, but you don't go too fast when you're heading for a ground target, especially. And when you go down anyway, you will still gain a little bit of airspeed because you're not climbing, so you're gaining energy, not losing it.
Altitude.
So now we're getting an altitude warning because we're dipping under 5,000 feet. So right here we're going to want to aim for the big tower, and when we think we have got it, we're going to hold weapon release. So right about now, we've dropped it, and now let's watch our bomb. Bomb did explode, and we didn't hit any targets, but we did drop the bomb, and it did explode. So now we're going to try and actually go for the target. We need to, use our radar and stuff like that to see where it actually is. So as you see here, turn off my throttle so we are going to lose airspeed. Now we're heading straight down now.
Altitude.
Let's actually find it. I've lost it a little bit. Here it is. There we are. Right. So we're going to want to slow down a bit here. There we go. Let's get this view right here. And are we ready? Let's drop now. There we are. Bomb exploded. And now we're going to drop it from a high attack angle. We still haven't hit any targets. We'll be able to tell. So right here, so here's the TV tower. We're going to try and aim next to the road now. Now I've looked on the map, here they are next to the road, and I've used the TV tower as kind of a heading where they are. They're like an actual real life symbol. That is really annoying. Alright, so let's gain some speed. Gain a little bit of speed so we don't stall or anything. I'm doing these external views for you guys, by the way, because I know it looks pretty cool. So now let's look next to the road here. Now I can see them right there. And now we have actually dropped, and now let's look. And there we go. We was extremely close to hitting the target, but we didn't there, which is actually unfortunate. But now we are onto our right side. Oh, let's not crash, and we crashed. Nice. We crashed because I was too slow. So as you can see here, this is the setup that I had. Right here is the setup that I had for dropping the bombs. I'm actually going to have to do a part 2 now, just because I crashed, which is really annoying. Which goes to show if you've got a heavy bomb load and you're going low speeds at low altitude, it's not going to work out well. But this is the targets I was trying to hit. I was getting quite close, but didn't hit it in the end. So I'm going to have to do a part 2 of landing, which is a little bit more complicated anyway, and I don't want to drag out the video too much. So remember, don't go too low, don't go too slow. and don't be too heavy. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial, and I'll see you in the next one.